Greg, it's so great to be back here with you again, my friend. It's been a long time, man, since the 90s.
It's the sperm of the moment.
The 90s.
Sperm of the moment.
Even
a few hours ago, we didn't know we were doing Saracki and Sterlace.
That's right.
And now we're doing it. This is a test show, though. We don't count this one as test.
But it will be aired on YouTube tonight for you folks. So
yeah, well, they're watching it on YouTube right now, so they know it's already on YouTube.
They're watching it on YouTube now. It's live.
No, it's not live. But I'm saying when they watch the recording, of course they're going to know they're already on YouTube.
Oh, all right. Well, I got to post and
hi, YouTube people.
Hey. I got to post and tell them it's going to be under Richard Wicca's name.
Yeah, it's going to say Saracki and Sterlace under Richard Wicca. Yeah,
Saracki and Sterlace under Richard Wicca.
That's right. So what are we going to do on this show in the future? What are the plans for Saracki and Sterlace? It's your show, the Saracki and Sterlace show.
Yeah,
we got your name first because you're the king of media.
I'm the king of the pop culture king. That's right.
You're the king of media. Remember in the 1990s when everyone used to walk around town in Western New York, people say, "There's the king of all media, Tim Saracki." Remember that?
They used to say that about you, Greg. They never said that about me at all.
Oh, you got dissed. You got dissed, right? Dissed. So now, what's the plan for this show? We're gonna have Dave Staba on in the future. So it's gonna be Saracki, Sterlace, and Staba.
Staba will be on. Jim Laspisa punked us off. He was going to be our person we were going to call. But
we'll do in the future. We can make calls, not now.
Yeah, but not to Jim Laspisa. He said he wanted no part of it because
he doesn't like us anymore.
He said
he was a fan of ours.
What's that noise?
I don't know.
All right,
probably me.
All right. No. I thought someone was like.
Well, today is your sister's birthday, so you must be excited for her, huh?
Renee, yeah, happy 50. No, I can't.
Don't tell her age.
30.
Women don't like their age. Women don't like their ages.
No, all right. Shoot,
sorry, we have
kill me if I said
we're not
that.
doing any editing. Sorry.
She'll kill me when she hears about that.
Oh
Greg.
no, you said 36. That's not bad.
She just got back with my daughter from Toronto. I guess they were at some sort of.
She's her aunt.
I don't know, zombie festival?
Zombie festival.
What was it? Do you know what it was?
No.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. I'm on top of the zombie
I don't know what it is. Shoot, I don't know. Gosh.
No, right. So this is a whole new era. We were together in the 90s, and now it's like Martin and Lewis getting back together.
That was a memorable period, Greg.
It's like 20 years later, we're back together.
That show raised the bar or lowered it, depending on your opinion.
Some people say lowered.
Yeah, I mean, we were the kings, man. I mean,
of the jungle. Now we're getting the band back together. This is finally happening.
Cover of Gusto and
right. We're on the cover of Gusto. That's right.
She didn't know anything
about you had a blindfold on though.
Yeah, she didn't know anything about our show.
No. She never watched it.
No,
but.
she yeah.
Well, how'd you feel though? Because you were on the cover of Gusto, but then you had the blindfold on. Plus, we were in the paper the day before. There was a photo of us with the blindfold, and
that's
it was 2 days in a row.
I know. It was,
and weren't you sick of it? You had the blindfold on for the cover of Gusto.
I know.
It didn't show off your handsome physique.
It didn't show back in the 90s. Now it's not so handsome anymore, but
yeah.
I know it happens.
You could have got more broads that way because you had the blindfold on.
Yeah.
But you got more broads that way because it was perverted. You had the blindfold on.
Oh, it was.
And the funny thing is, I said when we did that show and the Buffalo News photographer was here, I said...
Bill Whippert.
I said, Bill, I don't want to have my blindfold on. Remember? You decided I'll do it. What the hell?
Well, because Gwen was sticking that cigar in my mouth. She was actually
a cigar though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope.
It was a cigar, and she goes, "Here, I just want you to try this." And that was I think that was the only time we ever smoked in the home of the Whopper.
Yeah, ever.
The only time
Gwen was teaching you about smoking.
That's right.
What was the concept?
She was she wanted to know which cigar was better. Her friend opened this cigar thing or something.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
That was great though. We made the cover of Gusto, and we were on the cover with Gina Davis and
That's right. Long Kiss Goodbye. That's a great movie,
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah,
we were on the cover with Aretha Franklin, Gina Davis, and then us.
The Queen of Soul. That's right. Oh,
we're like the Kings of Soul.
Yeah.
And now we're back with this thing.
That was October '96. I remember she interviewed us at Spot Coffee on Delaware.
That's right. Back in the '96. Back in the '90s.
She didn't care for a word I said, man. She just wanted to talk to you.
Because I was the star.
That's
right.
Now
you're the star.
Now
it's Saracki and Sterlace.
We'll see how
he's
long.
The star now. That's amazing. Are you able to handle this with the throne and the crown on your head and all that? Are you able to handle it, or is it gonna be too much for your ego?
Nah, shoot, I'll be okay. Right?
You're gonna be all right. So, what are your plans for Saracki and Sterlace? We can do anything. We can go anywhere.
We can go anywhere.
We got this space that can go right into YouTube, and we got the roving camera. We got new tapes for it. We're ready to go any location you want to go.
That's right. We can go to my front porch
you
over
can go to your front porch, right?
We can go
with
out
the house
to,
that slants.
That's right.
The house is like this, folks.
The slants, yeah. I told Staba, man, get that foundation fixed, but
he's busy with his life.
Yeah, exactly. And he gave me a break on the rent. It's not often a guy like me gets to own a house.
We need to have guests on to have S as their last name.
That's right. Staba
like
and who else?
Terry Sullivan.
What about Ron Shue?
Ron Shue has an S. John Simon, all the S's have to come on the show.
You think John Lombardo will ever come on?
He's got an L at the end.
But I know that. But did we try getting him on before? Remember all that time we tried calling him and stuff?
I had him on once.
You did? He was pretty bad, wasn't he?
No, he was great. He showed clips of the Who. He brought Who video clips.
Really?
Yeah. And he's great. I mean, you get Lombardo on, it's like Lombardo remembers. It's like you stroll down memory lane. You get him to talk about the early days of blah, 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 and the early days of that, and the early days of this. He's great.
Yeah, he's one of the finest. He's a Buffalo treasure, that guy. I swear to God. He's a Buffalo treasure. That's all you can say about him.
He's a total treasure. He's who are we talking about? John Lombardo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a treasure, definitely.
Do you think we can get him on to, do some strumming?
Oh yeah, he'll come on.
Really?
With us. Yeah.
Can we have music acts like we used to?
Tim,
remember I used to hate the music acts, Greg? I used to hate them.
Then why do you want music acts? You just said you hate them.
No, I think it's a good idea.
Now it's a good idea. The old days you didn't like it.
There's no more venues anymore. All there's that Nietzsche's
Tim,
place.
don't you understand what's going on here? Paula has got the camera. We tested it out. We used it for the Terry Sullivan thing, right? We can easily go to any bar, anyone's house, band practices, people playing on their porch, and do any music we want, any clubs, and then we interview them. Too.
Really?
All the time, anywhere. On the sperm of the moment, just like this show tonight.
Did you say sperm of the moment?
The sperm of the moment. It's like a Tim Saracki. I thought I'd channel you.
We got to go see my friend Ashley's band, all right? She's in the Ronald Reagans.
Ronald Reagans are great, but the thing is, like John Lombardo, we can go see John Lombardo play and just have him play on the show. We don't have to go,
John Lombardo
set it up
too.
Here. Yeah, everybody, all our friends, John Lombardo's music and everybody.
Can we get Mike Doctor on
of
to
course.
sell his guitars?
Yes.
All right.
Speaking of guests, who's the man who made this happen for us tonight, and the man who made our careers happen? Richard Wicca. Let's bring him in.
Richard Wicca. He's a heck of a guy. Richard.
You must be getting sick of us, huh? 20 years, Richard, huh? Are you fed up?
I'm honored to be here.
20. Was it 20 years or 20? 19?
He's honored to be here. 19, I'm sorry. 19 years. Which reminds me, he's honored to be here. The thing is, we were here in April '94, the first time we ever did the Greg Sterlace show. The three of us and Savannah Wallard, also known as Savannah.
She's the
three of us
poet.
Were here, and now it's
the episode where you mentioned her uterus.
Yeah. And I got the tape taken away from me.
She pulled out a tampon or something.
She pulled out her uterus and showed it to us.
I don't know what she was doing.
So it was 19 and a half years ago. The three of us were here in this very room doing the Greg Sterlace show. Now we're starting this show on the sperm of the moment.
Oh, the sperm of the
moment. The Saracki Sterlace show. A few hours ago, we didn't even know we were doing this.
I called Paula. I said, I told Paula on the Facebook. I said, Paula. Tell Greg, are we going to do this or not? First, I messaged you, and you didn't get back to me, so I figured
I wasn't checking it out.
Oh, you don't check the Facebook out
Not today, I didn't.
Paula had a picture of her. Very nice photo, by the way, Paula.
Of course.
And I said, Paula, that's a nice picture, but is Greg going to do the show with me or not? Because I got to know now.
What do you know now?
I had to decide to find a job soon. I'm unemployed.
Oh, right, yeah. But now we're starting the show.
I got let go by Delaware North.
Right, so we're rolling.
Yeah.
So, Richard, don't you remember the 90s were a glorious, magical time in public access history because you had your show with Ron Emke, Snap Judgments, which is now you're showing that on YouTube.
The digital re-release of that.
The digital re-release of that, and it's classics. And then Tim and I had the Greg Sterlace show during the same 90s crazy, wild period.
Wait, Snap Judgments is on TV again?
Yeah. Well, she's got it on YouTube, the remastered re-release.
Yeah, every I guess.
I think Emke mentioned that. That's right. I think Ron mentioned that on the Facebook.
I think they should get back together, he and Ron Emke, like we're getting back together.
That'd be a good idea. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Ron and I have a plan.
You do?
Wow.
When we get 1,000 views of the re-releases, we'll do a fresh show.
Wow.
What's the most you got so far on an episode?
On one of them, we have in the 80s. The other one, we just put it out. It's got like
I think
6.
they got a little ways to go, Paula. A little ways to go. But that's all right. When I put it on my page, man, it'll get mass publicity because I got like 1,000 friends. So when I put it on my page, it'll be spread all over the place.
So you have more friends than Richard. Is that what you're saying?
Richard's got a lot of friends, man. He was only the head of Hall Walls, What the hell?
You used to be the head of Hall Walls, Richard?
Back in the 90s, remember?
The president of the board.
President of the board, yeah.
President of the board.
That doesn't mean anything, though, does it? You didn't get any cash or any gifts or anything like that, did you?
Do you get paid for that?
Did you take any graft under the table?
You don't get paid for it, and on the contrary, you're expected to
work hard
and give money.
Work hard and give money. Oh my God, what a racket!
No wonder you dropped out. I would have too, Richard.
Now I understand.
And I dropped out because I didn't like the way they were using the money.
Yeah, you don't like
for what?
He didn't like their politics.
Tea and crumpet parties like they always have at those kind of things, man. Those artsy fartsy things.
No, they were putting it in high risk stocks in the stock market.
Oh well, that doesn't sound too well.
It didn't work out, did it? No.
Well, what happened is it didn't work out, and then somebody on the board says, well, the only way whenever you lose money like this, what you do is you put it in even riskier stocks.
And that's stupid.
And everybody agreed with that.
Except you.
Except me, and I said, God. I can't stay on the board now because...
You were the lone wolf crying foul.
Well, good for you, Richard. You blew the whistle on him, man. You just said, I have my principles, and I want no part of this this Bernie Madoff kind of scam you're running.
Right.
Yeah.
That was even before Bernie Madoff.
That was before Bernie Madoff, of course, but it's Bernie Madoff-like.
But it's Bernie Madoff-esque.
And now the thing is, so for 20 years, April 94, the three of us were in this room together doing the first Greg Sterlace show.
That's right. It was my...
And 19 and a half years later...
My birthday.
It wasn't your birthday. It was April 94.
I thought it was August 94.
April.
I thought it was my
Well, I wonder who knows
30th
better,
birthday.
you or me. It was April 94.
I don't remember. All right, go
It was
ahead.
April 94, and we were in this, and the thing is, we're hitting 20 years. It's been on the air every week for 19 and a half years. We're going to hit 20 years, April 2014. We're going to have a huge blowout party at some bar somewhere. The three of us will be there. Paul will be there, and Ski Mask, etc. And
You invite Chuck?
And Gwen. Yeah, of course.
That guy's funny. I like him.
Yeah, he's great.
I saw his show in Cleveland when he was at the bowling alley in Cleveland. That was a really good show.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
He wears a mask.
Good
I
show.
don't know if you know that, but
Plus, he's funny as hell on the Facebook.
yeah. So we're gonna have the 20th anniversary show, the show and the party, April.
Okay.
Looking forward to that. So that's exciting. That's 8 months from now. We're 8 months away from 20 years on the air. That's a lot straight. That's like Monday Night Football or Saturday Night Live or Gunsmoke. The Simpsons.
I know. I took over for your show a couple times when you were gone, Greg.
Right. I know. How did that work?
It went
for
over
you?
like a Led Zeppelin, buddy. I had no clue what I was doing, and I was trying to get people to come on. They were all punking me off.
Right.
So me and
Well, you have
Scott
1,000 friends, though, Tim.
Well, that was back in 2006 before I was ever on the Facebook.
Now you have a lot of friends.
No, before I wasn't even on the Facebook back then.
No,
I don't think it even existed in 2006.
Are those real friends? Those 1,000 friends, or?
No, there's a lot of losers on there. I can't stand.
So do you feel, Tim, and Saracki
I'm not saying who,
Sterlace?
though.
Am I integral to Saracki Sterlace, or you don't need me?
Oh, Craig, I need you. Jesus, I'd drown. I'd drown.
You think it's better to
Help!
have? Because it's kind of like Martin and Lewis. Remember they broke up in the 50s and they got back together for the telethon in 76? And Frank Sinatra, which is you, brought them together. And now here we are.
Come here, you big lug.
And it's very similar because just like Jerry Lewis was wasted out of his mind that night, so you're wasted right now, and I'm sober like Dean. You're high on painkillers and et cetera, et cetera.
Al, you try getting the shingles and see how you feel, buddy. It's not a pleasant
painful,
feeling, man.
right?
Yeah, I'm glad they gave me those drugs because I wouldn't have survived it without them, man. That was most
Would you
painful
have put
thing.
like a gun in your mouth? Because
No, well, yeah. Well,
yes.
Not that extreme, but
No.
I couldn't sleep. It was so bad. It was just awful. But now it's going away. So they gave me the penicillin to clear out the virus.
And the reason you want to do Saracki, the reason I want to do Saracki and Sterlace is to feature you.
Yeah.
I came back from being in Miami and Phoenix for 5 years. I figured, let's feature Tim. And when I said that about featuring you, then you started putting all these Greg Sterlace show videos of the two of us in that magic 90s period up on the internet.
Yeah.
And people were loving them.
I know.
Laughing their asses off.
Well, Spiza won't put up any more, though, that putz.
You've got a lot of problems with Jim Laspiza. He's a nice gentleman.
He's a nice guy,
good
but he
drummer.
always says, I'm going to put this up, Tim. I'm going to put this up, Tim.
Oh, don't be putting him down on
And
YouTube.
he never puts it. He never puts them up. He always says he's going to do it.
He never puts them up?
He never puts them up. He always says he's going to do it. He never puts the videos up.
Speak
Remember that one we
English in
did?
America.
Remember that one we did in Allentown for the festival?
Yeah, of course.
That was a
Richard
legendary one.
Richard videotaped us.
Remember we were interviewing what's that guy?
We interviewed the Shark.
Brother Clarence.
The Shark.
Brother Terrence.
Brother Terrence.
Brother Terrence and Paul Galvin.
Oh,
and,
those are the days.
And Jamie Moses. We were interviewing all the greats, man.
I mentioned to James Moses, you're the Jan Wenner of Buffalo. He said, what?
He is. He was chain smoking during that whole thing.
Now, is that the episode where Fred Russo, it was his first time on camera?
Fred Russo.
Fred the dog man was
You
there.
had to hold him.
I had
so
to hold him in
run off.
because he's what's it called, pussy. He's being, he's scared of someone video recording him. Oh my God, that's pathetic.
What's Fred doing these days? I haven't seen him around
He's
in a while.
got a couple dogs. He lives in
Clarence.
Haight Ashbury. Now, my question for you, I got to ask you this because I was talking.
Fire away, Greg.
I was talking to Gwen. Remember our old buddy Gwen?
Oh, Gwen, what a
who's
beauty.
sticking the cigars in
What
her
a
mouth?
great woman.
Yeah, she's a great woman. So anyway,
Local talent.
She is. I taught her. She's a local talent. I talked to her last week. I told her we're doing Saracki and Sterlace. I said, "Why don't you come on with me and Tim?" And she said, "Oh, I don't want to infringe upon, the Tim Saracki thing." And I wanted to ask you about that. Would you feel like she's infringing if she came on sometime? Or?
No.
Because she felt like she would be stealing, some of the thunder.
The same thing with Renee, too. I want her on.
I want Renee on.
Yeah.
But I thought we agreed, though, the Saracki and Sterlace, we're going to do some shows with Renee.
Paula's on, Gwen's
some
on.
shows with Renee and some shows with you because you two are like oil and vinegar.
Nah, shoot, we're fine. I just wished her happy birthday. I said on the Facebook that she's the major influence in my life when I was growing up.
Yeah, but the thing is, since you've grown up, you've you both stopped talking to each other 26 times. I think it was. 48 times.
Well, you know
30
how
times.
it is, man. You know, I mean, there's just there's that sort of.
But don't you
familial
realize that if you
friction there.
if you keep doing these things where you don't talk to each other for 2 days or 2 months or 2 weeks, you always get back together anyway. So why don't you stop
I
that
just didn't like the
foolishness?
idea of her getting back with that Weird Al guy.
Oh my! Don't say that on YouTube. We're on YouTube, Tim.
No, I like Alan. He's a good
Oh,
guy.
good.
No,
Oh, yeah,
we made
he's-
up.
he's a-
We broke
he's good.
bread over my birthday.
That's
We
good.
broke bread.
Everything's
And
fine.
I gave him a hug. I said, "Come here, you big lug."
Right.
Now we're
Yeah,
like
right.
this close, man. This close.
Richard, do you think don't you think it might be better if I bring Renee on separate from Tim though, and the Saracki and Sterlace with Renee Saracki and Sterlace? Because these two, there's a lot of tension when they do those radio podcasts.
Well, will
Hold on.
Renee be able to get a word in?
That's true.
Is it because of? But I know because
Renee can.
that's true. Was she going to
can.
work the two of us at the same time? You're right. Well, you got 3 words in.
I thought
maybe she get 5 or
I
6
thought Richard
then,
was
if
going to
she-
say, "I don't have an opinion on the matter."
No,
either
he's got
way."
a lot of opinions nowadays.
That was your favorite
He's
quote.
got a lot of opinions nowadays.
I don't have an opinion
Yeah,
on
ask
the
me
matter
something.
either way.
Ask me something. Go ahead.
Greg, what do you think about the Yankees' chances this year?
I have no opinion on that. Wait, take a photo. Take a photo of me. Ready?
Yeah.
Take a photo of me. Ready? Are you gonna get me? Yeah, okay. Take a photo of me. Ready? Okay, that's the Richard Ricketts stare for the photos because you don't even like he's now he's smiling and laughing like and all of a sudden get the photo, it's the camera out.
Yeah.
He's like this. Yeah, the Yankees won, the Bills won.
It's that sort of studied deadpan I love, man. I'm telling
And
you.
why'd you do that, Richard? Because you did start doing it when you were a child. You did it when you were 3 years old. And those photos, the 5-year-old birthday party. You're like,
That's true. You know what solidified? I'll tell you what
he
solidified.
doesn't.
What solidified it is when I started looking at photos from the Civil War.
Of course, like Matthew Brady.
Yeah.
And you said I want to be like those
I
stoic,
saw how everybody did that.
the stoic individuals.
You know what I mean? Like people hadn't developed a sense of, hey, you're taking my picture. I can see in my mind what it's going to be like, so I'm going to be that
But
person.
can,
Yeah,
can you hear me? Is this? But
Yeah.
don't forget, Richard, in those photographs, if they would smile, they had to hold that smile
For a
Right.
really
for
long
a
time.
really long time.
Minutes.
Right.
So the
So they
best
had
thing
to do
to
the-
do is have a neutral face.
That's an excellent point, Greg.
Well,
Photography has
Paula made.
improved.
Oh, you're telling me. I thought you were saying it's my. Yeah.
Your wife made an excellent
She
point.
my wife made an excellent point. But
Like
Richard,
that.
Can't believe I'm a wife.
I know you're a
I'm
mother,
sorry you're a
real
wife.
mother.
she's a mutter. She likes to slop. She's a mutter. Well, that
Now, if
you
this was
thought
David Letterman, would Paula be like Paul Schaefer?
Paula
I hope
Schaefer.
not.
Yeah, Paula Schaefer.
She'd be like that. What's that black?
They're not
guy's name
married,
again?
though, you know.
That guy behind the scenes.
Each
that,
other.
That guy who does, the black guy who comes
The
on.
black guy.
Yeah, the behind the scenes guy.
Would you say guy? It's just throw black in there. Would you say the white guy?
It's
Well,
just
the white guy behind the
descriptive.
scenes. So you thought that in 1956, you thought these Civil War veterans, these
No,
Civil
that
Wars,
was as time went on.
Oh, you realized.
I started to realize
Yeah.
that there.
Oh, what's that guy's
that,
name again?
That,
Anyway, go ahead.
that when you're
That black guy.
having your picture taken, right?
Yeah.
You're participating with the camera
Right.
into the finished product.
Right.
How do you want to do that participation?
Right. And you decided to be stoic, but you're also participating because you got it so down that you did it all the time.
Well, you know,
you didn't show any variations.
yeah. Well, if something is completely neutral, what does that do to the person looking at the picture?
They think you're an enigma, and they're trying to read into it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
That's
that-
right.
it worked
when
for you.
something is ambiguous, then
Yeah.
the person imposes what it means.
Right, which is the whole thing about I have no opinion on that. People would say, "What do you have?" And you say, "I have no opinion
on the man.
on that." No, on that.
On
and,
that.
and then they try to read in, what is Richard's opinion here? Even though he just told you he has no opinion, but they think, oh, what's the opinion, though? There must be some opinion. He could just have no opinion. That's
Well,
impossible.
Now, I have no opinion on that. That comes from a different direction totally.
That came
What?
from another war.
Where?
That came from World War II and the torturing of the Jews. I have no opinion on that. Do you think Hitler's a good leader?
Oh man, I don't know.
I have no opinion on that. Now, where'd that come from?
That came from what is going to happen if I do give my opinion.
Oh, I know, because you had a lot of tension with people you can't say your real opinion because then they jump all over you.
That could be one example.
Oh,
So there's
my God.
fear of it.
No, in other words, let me put it to you this way.
There's fear of a reaction.
It could be that if I gave my opinion, it would cause controversy. That's one.
Right.
Oh, that's what we're
right,
supposed to do. What's wrong with that?
because he doesn't like controversy.
Oh, you don't, Greg?
Well,
No, he doesn't.
I would have
Oh,
to. I'd have
Richard.
to ask
I like
myself:
it.
is the controversy worth it?
It's not.
Right.
You know,
Could he-
like if somebody says to me, "Do I think the Bills are going to make the playoffs this year?" and they're all like,
Yeah, crazed.
"Yeah." Say I'm at a football game. All the fans around me.
We went to a football game together. Yeah, right. So
You guys went to a football game together?
the 49ers and the Bills, and Steve Young and Jerry Rice. And
Oh, that
we
was
won.
years ago.
The
Back-
Rob
that was
Johnson.
back in the 90s.
98. Rob Johnson.
Yeah.
And we beat Steve
Steve Young was still playing?
Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Yeah, we beat him. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Richard, would your other comment on that be that it may change the opinion of the person asking the question?
Oh, that would be surprising.
No, it never
if that
does, though.
happened.
You know what? I think a lot
never
of
could
times.
sway anybody.
I think a lot of times people do tend. For instance, if you're a racist and you start saying racist things and the other person's not responding, you tend to pull back. So you're trying to find a middle ground. And I think that sometimes if you give someone your opinion, your true opinion, not that their opinion changes, but they agree with you so that there is no controversy. And then they go back and they say, that Richard Wicker, he's a jerk.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you another
Don't be a
example.
jerk.
I'll give you another example. Tom Waters once asked me, after he finished his radio show, he said, "Richard, what did you think of that show?" And I gave him my opinion. I said, it was good. It had good vitality, and you know, you both seemed pretty happy doing it. He said,
That's kind of a
You know what-
bizarre
you know what-
thing to say.
you know what he
You
responded?
said, well, this-
What did he say? What did Tom Waters say? Wherever the hell Tom Waters is.
He said, you like everything that goes before you.
wow.
And what did that tell me? Never give this guy your opinion again. Because I
Whoa.
told him what I really felt,
Yeah.
and he dismissed it.
He
See?
dismissed it out of hand.
That reminds me of something. You know what that reminds me of?
What?
I have this friend, Bruce Adams. He's a famous painter.
Bruce.
Bruce.
He was a
We're
guest
not
on our
booing
show.
him. Yeah, I know. We're not
with
booing
Rick
him.
Duchovny. They,
Right, with
they,
Rick
they would argue
Duchovny.
back and forth. They hated each other's guts. You could tell.
Right, Rick
You could
Duchovny.
tell the animosity between Bruce Adams and Rick the Dick Duchovny.
Rick the Dick Duchovny.
Remember Rick the Dick?
Of course.
He used to write for The Humanist.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Bruce Adams, I they have this friend, Bruce.
Bruce.
We're not booing him. We're just saying Bruce.
We can
And-
get Bruce on, right?
Of course. And Bruce, I sent this. It's his birthday in August, so I sent him a lovely letter, and he sent me a letter back.
See a Leo like me?
Yeah, he's a Leo. And
All
he
the
sent me a
greats are
letter
Leos.
back saying, Greg, you're an MRFer. And I'm really sick of your BS. I know that through the magic of Facebook, you were told when my birthday was. This doesn't mean anything. It's totally meaningless that you told me happy birthday because
That
I
is
know
so cynical,
you
Greg.
never in the old days when there was no Facebook told me happy birthday and had me on a list somewhere or had written down when my birthday was or cared when my birthday was. And all of a sudden, now that Facebook tells you everyone's birthday and you get it told you a day or two before, all of a sudden you tell me happy birthday. He said it was meaningless, and I was like, what the? I mean, you give the person a genuine compliment. You remember their birthday, and they piss all over you.
Greg,
I
you didn't
appreciate
even
it, you know?
remember my birthday, Greg.
Oh, I did. It's August 11th. I had a
but
great
you
time
didn't-
that day.
You didn't say anything. You didn't put a greeting on the Facebook about it.
Let me
so.
tell you why. Tim.
Why,
I'm glad you
Greg?
brought that up. That's
good.
that's a very important subject.
And Richard didn't either. He pulled it up for my sister.
Yeah, well, I'll tell
but he
you.
didn't for
I'll
me.
tell you why, buddy.
Tell me why.
Okay, for many years now,
Okay.
August 11th, I call this bastard up and say happy birthday.
That's true.
April 1st. Am I ever going to call from him? Never.
all
Not
right.
once. Not
All
once.
right,
And it's
all right.
April Fool's Day. And then get
All
this.
right,
Get
all right.
this. This is the
All
last
right.
straw. After years of this happening, I said, I'll keep doing it. We go to his house this year on my birthday.
Yeah.
We're there in half an hour. And finally, Paula breaks down. I wasn't going to say anything. Paula says, well, you know it's Greg's birthday today. And right, and Tim says, yeah, I know. And I went, yeah, he knew already. He didn't say it like.
Did I even say that much?
Yeah,
Did I
he
even
said,
say
yeah,
that
he
much?
said, yeah, I know. And then we just moved
I-
on with the conversation.
Jeez.
And then I said, after that punk off, I said, we're going to do Saracki and Sterlace soon. Aren't you excited? And Tim did this. Get the shot of me here.
Okay.
And Tim did this. Yeah, it's great. It's going to be called Saracki and Sterlace. Just like it's supposed to be with my name first. I can't wait. My name first. That's what you did.
Really? I don't recall that at all.
Do you have an opinion on that? Do you have an opinion on it, Bill?
If it allegedly did take place, as he described, then that's really a long shot there. I don't think that really actually happened.
Paula, you were there.
I was saying,
Back
okay,
me up
Greg,
on
that
this.
sounds like a great idea.
Back
Let's
me
get
up on
this
this,
show
Paula.
on the road.
Remember this thing?
I don't get the hand
Back me
rubbing
up on
thing.
this.
Oh, maybe I did do the hand rubbing thing. Maybe you're right.
There was
Like
a little
Mr.
hand
Burns.
rubbing.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
My name first. Excellent.
Oh, shoot, Greg, we only got 4 minutes. Are we going to get our Bills prediction in?
Well, yeah, we have about 3 minutes left.
All right, good.
What's the Bills prediction? As if anyone cares.
Well,
We're
I'm going to
suck as
announce
usual.
it here. I was going to announce it on the Facebook, but I decided to do it here on
On
Sterlace
YouTube.
Saracki on
No,
the
it's
YouTube.
Saracki and Sterlace.
Saracki and Sterlace on
Yeah,
the
you
YouTube.
think you get that right, your
And
name's
on Time
first.
Warner Cable in October, right, Richard? Right, okay.
You'll be in the October mix.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. You've heard this. You heard this first here, football fans.
Here we go.
3-13.
3-13.
3-13.
Are you sure you don't mean 13-3 headed to the Super Bowl?
Nope.
3-13.
Last year I was 1 game away. The previous 4 years on the Facebook, I nailed it right on.
3-13. Well, so that's a round of applause
Yeah.
for you then.
3-13.
What about you, Richard? What do you give them?
I'm going to go with 8-8. And
Wow, you have an opinion on this.
I'm going to tell you why.
Why? Why? Go ahead.
Did you hear Doug Marone's press conference today?
No. What do you say?
It was about the fact that they brought in the new quarterback.
Matt Leinart,
Yeah,
Heisman
Matt
Trophy
Leinart,
winner.
Heisman Trophy winner.
That's right. Although he's been through 3 different teams and they didn't think he was any
But
good.
he won
Well,
the Heisman
he's
Trophy,
pretty
though. He's gotta be
dreadful.
good.
He's
I mean,
not very good though. He's
But they said to him, could we have a status report on E.J. Manuel?
Yeah,
Is he going to be ready for the Patriots game?
right.
okay.
And he said, well, there's 2 things here. Number one, is he physically ready,
Yeah.
and does he have enough snaps in practice
Right.
for the Patriots
Prepared
game?
mentally.
That's right. He says he could be physically ready, but if he doesn't have the snaps with the first team, why bother putting him in?
Right.
And they said, oh, you mean so Jeff Toole might start?
Right.
And he said, well, I'll tell you what, look at it this way. Jeff Toole will start unless Manuel is physically ready and he gets in enough snaps.
Wow.
And they go, aren't you worried about that? And I liked what he said.
He said no, huh?
He said, I'm excited about it.
He's looking good.
Who, Toole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
We had that
So he
preseason
said he's
at
excited
first
about it. So
game.
you like his energy, his enthusiasm?
I think that was the good answer.
I like him.
Yeah,
too.
I'm excited about it.
Excited,
I don't-
like anything could happen. I mean, why, consider it a lost cause?
And don't forget,
I consider
the reason
lost
I like
cause,
that in the 8-8 prediction is because you might remember that one magical year when Drew Bledsoe got the $80 million contract from the Patriots, and then he got injured, and everyone was like, oh, we're bringing this guy, this unknown Tom Brady guy in? Oh, God. Who only won the Super Bowl this year.
That's right.
And it was like, and now we're playing against Tom Brady in that game.
6-round draft pick, Greg. 6-round
Draft pick, and there's no way to think that Toole couldn't be a good player in the NFL because look at Brady and look at 3rd round Joe Montana.
Was Toole even drafted? I don't think he was.
No, but I'm saying he
wasn't even
he
drafted.
Could still be
Yeah.
he could still end up being a quarterback
Walk-on,
or
right.
backup for a long time, or,
He could.
Frank
He
Reich.
could be something,
or,
I don't know.
Or he could be better. But I mean, the idea Tom
Given the
Brady
Bills'
came in,
history,
and the
though, I
Patriots
doubt it.
fans were like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
Bledsoe's gone. We have Tom Brady," and that was a bigger drop.
So what's your record, Greg, before we run out of time here?
We got a couple seconds left here. We're
All right.
1 minute left. We have. I got to go with.
I'm anxious to hear this, Greg.
I'll go with 6-10. I don't have a good feeling about it now because Kevin Cobb's brain dead now.
That's what they went last year with 6-10, wasn't it?
But I just
I had 7-9 last year.
he's brain dead. He's not going to play ever again. We lost
No.
him. We got 2 rookies at quarterback now, and the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't see it. Maybe next year, maybe 14 will be rolling. But I go.
What
with
about
6-10.
Paula Wakowiak Sterlace?
She doesn't care about sports. All right,
Everyone's going to lose every game.
that was good. That was a good inaugural show.
That was good,
Saracki
Greg.
Sterlace
We're going
and
to work
Ricka.
on this. We're going to hone it for you.
We're gonna hone it.
We're going to hone it for you, the people out there. Okay,
It'll be
we're going to hone
better
it
than ever. All
It's
right.
going to be better than ever, and we are done. Cut, Paula, and thank you, folks.